Changing your draw weight on your bow is very simple and straightforward. However, there's a few things you have to pay attention to, otherwise you may damage it, and if you do these things correctly, your bow can last a lifetime. Welcome to Archery Basics Explained, where I break down the fundamentals of archery into easy to follow bite-sized video formats. Today we're talking about draw weight and how to change it properly. Quickly, if you're new here, if you wouldn't mind, do subscribe and hit that notification bell down below. Consider supporting this channel. I produce all this content for free for archers around the world to enjoy, and I can't thank those who support this channel enough. You are the reason this channel is possible. So, draw weight. It's very simple and easy to change, especially on a bow just like this, where it has adjustable tiller bolts or limb bolts, depending on what you want to call them. These are the pieces right here that the limb sits against when it is at full draw. They have an Allen wrench that usually will go inside the front like this, and then there is also a lock in the backside back here. You must loosen the lock first in order to make adjustments on the tiller bolt itself. Depending on the style of lock, you may need to back the bolt off several turns on the backside in order for the bolt to move on the front side correctly. However, you have to be careful because some bows absolutely must be unstrung when changing your draw weight. In fact, it's a very good idea to just get in the habit of unstringing your bow to make major changes in draw weight, because what can happen is the threads of the tiller bolt can damage the riser, that's this piece here, and then you're going to have a problem because you may have completely junked your riser if you don't unstring it when you change the draw weight. I've seen it happen, and especially if you're going to use the same bow for several years, as you make lots of different adjustments, those threads just start to mar and jam and eventually just lock themselves into the bow, no longer rendering the bow useful because you can't make any adjustments. So the first thing I will do is unstring my bow so I can safely make these adjustments. The tools you need are just some Allen wrenches, either the ones that came with the bow itself or a set of Allen keys. If you don't have a set of these, I'll have a link in the description below in case you're interested in those. You essentially put one in the backside and then you go to loosen it. And you can loosen it, I don't know, anywhere from a half a turn to several turns, depending on the limb bolt style, of course. And sometimes, just like this, when I'm going to loosen here, it's turning the limb bolt in the front. So you may need two Allen wrenches, one to hold the bolt itself and one to break the lock free. And in my case, that's what I need to do. The best way is to make sure that you didn't turn the tiller bolt here itself when you're loosening it with a secondary Allen wrench, because anytime it's making simple small adjustments like that, it's changing your draw weight. Once you have the lock free, all you do is pay attention to the actual Allen wrench and then make adjustments. When looking at the tiller bolt like this, when you turn the Allen wrench clockwise, you are increasing the draw weight. And when you turn the Allen wrench counterclockwise, you're decreasing the draw weight. There are rough manufacturer recommendations as far as the maximum in and the maximum out of turns. You have to pay attention to this because it is a safety hazard. You can not only damage your equipment, but you can also injure yourself if you have the limb bolt out too far. So you must always reference your manual from the bow itself. If you don't have that anymore, do a simple Google search, or if you don't know and can't find it, please comment below and somebody may help you out. So after I make my adjustment, say I want to go up in draw weight, I turn the top tiller bolt one full turn. I now hold that Allen wrench so it doesn't loosen, take my other set of Allen wrenches and tighten the lock until the tiller bolt will no longer move. And then when I do to the top, I must do equally to the bottom. So again, what I'm going to do is loosen the bottom tiller bolt while holding it in place. And it may click like that. Don't be alarmed. It just means that your tiller bolts were nice and snug. So loosen it a little bit. Again, clockwise because I want to increase my draw weight. One full turn. Now I hold it so it does not move. And tighten it back down. So I just increased my draw weight one full turn, and depending on the strength of your limbs, this will change your draw weight in varying amounts. After you string your bow back up after making your adjustments, it's a great idea to check your tiller and your brace height and make adjustments as necessary to get the bow back in spec. If you don't know what tiller or brace height is or how to adjust it, I have links in the description below and a card at the top up there to a playlist, Archery Basics Explained, and individual videos in the description below. so you can check those out and learn how to adjust your tiller and brace height. Before I end this video, I want to show you a sign that you're ruining your bow when you don't unstring it when you make these tiller adjustments or draw weight adjustments. I'm going to first loosen the lock. You can see the bow is still strung. And now what I'm going to do is what you shouldn't do. Turn the tiller bolt while it's strung, but listen carefully. Hear how it's not making some happy noises and it's actually kind of choppy and not really adjusting very nicely. It's because something that is not good is happening within the system and the bow is trying to tell you something. So listen to your equipment and don't push it. The best idea is just to unstring your bow and change your draw weight that way. It's safer for the equipment and safer for yourself. Thanks for watching Archery Basics Explained. If you like this video, please comment below and let me know some other subjects you want me to cover. I want to make sure I'm producing relevant content for archers out there like you to absorb. Also, if you wouldn't mind, consider sharing this video. Do subscribe, hit that notification bell as well, and do consider supporting this channel. Again, I produce this content for free for archers around the world to enjoy, and I can't thank my supporters enough.